Duck here. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, fun times, right? Gotta like this price action. Bitcoin, got this nice pump off what was kind of basically this the yearly low. If you go back and look at this, pulling this back over. Yearly open, Bitcoin, bounce, yeah. What else was interesting about this is, if you look at our harmonic here, of course this was the reason we were targeting this so significantly had to deal with this 618 right here, okay? And when we got this 618 fibbing from the X low to the A high, right, we get this 618 retracement right here. So so that's why we were targeting this Gartley so significantly, right? So we had the 618, we targeted the 786, right? 786. Well, obviously that, it had a somewhat of a response there, but then it ultimately ended up just failing, right? And selling off one more time. So reevaluating, right? Reevaluating the plan is not a ton has changed, right? Except for we're just making this pattern extend a little larger. So let's bring this X. Basically what we did is we had these two significant swing points over here, right? So it was either this low or it was this low, and we went with the initial closer one, right? Initially, simply because there was a lot of price action that happened here, right? A lot of stuff in our initially, I guess, kind of invalidated this. It already kind of played out, and you had a new significant low. All right, well, that wasn't obviously the case. So bringing this back down to this low, that now changes the B. We no longer have the 618 that was here. We now have a 50% retracement, okay? And we lost the 618, right? We lost the 618. That was our previous B anchor point before, right? So now that we're dealing with just with the 50, not the 618, that changes the D target from the 786 to now the 886, because this is now a bearish bat. A bullish bat. So coming over here, finding our anchor point, and now bringing this to the 886. Okay, 886 is now right here. Okay, so now the way this should have looked, if we would have been perfect, right, would have been like this. It's easy to call it hindsight, right? But just sometimes we have to we just have to adjust, right? It is what it is. Nothing we can do about it now, right? So all that means is we layered in at 31,550, right? 31,550 was right about here. This is the initial entry. So right now we're either way in profit. We just slightly went underwater and got back above this zone. Okay, so yeah, of course, this was the perfect spot here, but that being said, is what it is. All right, so now basically Bitcoin rallied up, okay, and you hit this downsloping trend line. This downsloping trend line comes from the A and the C anchor points up here, right? So you have this downsloping trend line and you tagged it, all right? And then you proceeded to sell off a little bit. So ideally, in a situation like this, again, possible XA, let's see where this retraces to. Maybe you backtest this somewhere in here. Maybe you even get all the way down to a 618 again, and now you put the Gartley in, right? Because the larger one is only a bat. So something like this. Back test the high again. 618, fail again. And then 786 right into the top of the buy zone, okay? So if I had to bet, I would be looking for something like this, okay? This being said, all right, you know, you have 786 with a 1414 right on top of this buy zone, right on top of this, you know, bottom of the range line that we've had here forever. Basically, backtest 30K one more time, right? That would be ideal. Doesn't mean you have to, right? This could just be uber bullish and take off right away, okay? But again, I don't know if we still have it written here. Maybe it's on a bigger time frame. Let me go to the daily, just see if we still have it there. Yeah, look. So I'm gonna change this to the 4 hour and go back to the 4. And there it is. Okay, we've had this written here for a long time. All right, sorry. Regroup. Stay with me. Okay, there you go. So below 30K, we go to 20K. Above 40K, we go to 50K, right? And honestly, it should really just be like this. Above 30K, you go to 50K, because 30K is really the marker, right? At this point, it's been, all right? It's been, that has not changed. All we did was kind of, we wicked below it, came right back above it, okay? So 30K is basically right here. I'll make this a pink. Let's see, maybe we'll make it, I don't know what color, orange and big. I'm trying to make it stand out, but I'm doing a horrible job. Either way, 30K, let me zoom it in a little here. 30K, right? There's the magical 30K, and that 786 is just right above that, right? So it's basically saying, hey, maybe I'll just come back, test it one more time, and then run. This 30K marker, it's not anything but, I mean, it's kind of the 786 at the moment, which is a buy, another like buy if you get it. But other than that, 30K is just something that we don't want to see this back tested as resistance and sell off, right? So again, when we just did that, we were over here, okay? And here, I'll erase the harmonic for a second so you could see it a little more clear. So we sold off, we tried to back test it as resistance, and you were gonna sell off, but you never did, right? Instead, you sold off, you back tested it, and then you were just engulfed, right? So this follow through price action basically was like, look, this isn't the bottom, or this isn't a short. It told us, look, no, I'm gonna get right back above that, okay? We needed to see the follow through price action for the short, and we never got that, right? These wicks were just bought up, and then rally. So it was really, really strong still, okay? So still, we're not bearish yet. We're just not. It's too strong, right? The reaction was too strong, all right, at the moment. So for now, let's basically what this is saying is I'm gonna sell off, and then I'm gonna trick people to thinking that that's it, we're gonna run, but then I'm gonna sell off again and just really confuse people. But again, this is that low with a high with an inside bar price action rally, okay? So what this is trying to tell us here is, if I give you a dip, you better buy it, because this is going to be your last one. Again, with the stop, zoom out. At this point, whoops, at this point, we simply just need to use the absolute low that we have here, which is over here, okay? It's the X of this bat. It is 28.7, okay? So it should have been the stop the whole time, but it wasn't, all right? 28.7 is the stop. It's the stop for the long. It's, again, on a short, we would want to see, you know, this would sell off and it would just continue selling off, reject, sell off, reject, sell off, right? So this is the, you know, what really right here at this point is kind of the more of the short signal, okay? At this moment, currently just still long, all right? Yeah, let's see here. So zooming in again, we have this. Let's now make this purple, okay? So we could distinctly see it a little more distinctly. Okay, so if you look at the bat in purple, okay, and you look at this Gartley in blue, if you were a target of the Gartley, X to D, you can see this 1618 and this target 1 of the bat and that range midpoint. That's probably really the next major area of interest still at this point, okay? Locally, yeah, you got this little harmonic, so X, A, B, C, D. You buy in again here, you go up, initially you hit this C and this A. You probably just bounce in here some more and then you rally up, okay? Here's your hidden bullish divergence opportunity, and then your rally to much higher prices, okay? So let's keep that in mind for BTC. And I mean, like, zooming out to the daily on this, guys, like, to be honest, let's be honest here, daily, let me make this a little cleaner for you, sorry. Daily looks really nice on the oscillators, okay? Okay, here you go. So, 1, 2, 3, okay? Look back at price. 1, 2, 3, okay? So it's like your divergence is building there, okay? Also on your RSI, from this low to this lower low, you have divergence there as well, okay? So a little something to go with it, all right? So I don't know, it's you're developing, okay? You're developing. You're still not out of the woods, but we at least are cooking, right? We have a plan still, and again, whatever you want to call it. So basically what this is trying to tell you is now your new buy zone is going to be this B low and this D anchor point, something in here, 30,300. So any sort of back test you get of the low 30Ks. So again, it's basically expecting another small sell-off here. Doesn't have to happen, but look, guys, I mean, you're showing basically, I don't know, it's really close to hidden bearish divergence. It's almost bullish convergence, but it's almost hidden bear. Like, this is really critical area, okay? So again, you can invalidate it right away. Just break out, back test this a little bit, and then just go right away, right? But you can also throw in another Gartley here right at the end and get your real reversal trigger, okay? ETH BTC, this one, Cypher, never really stopped out. It was always, you know, we always said that this was stronger than BTC, so you know, another potential buy area was right in this zone here when you got the BTC dump, really close to the stop. never hit the stop, but just barely, right? So ETH USDT, nice little rally. Again, you typically see on these recoveries like this, you know, you usually see this like Adam and Eve double bottom, okay? Something like this, right? There you go. So that's kind of how we were showing it with Bitcoin, right? X, A, whatever, B, C, D, right? That's how you get this price action where you rally up, you come back down, you're in this bowl, right? You make the bottom, divergence here, and then you rally, right? And you have that neckline and you break out of it, and then you end up with a measured move here. Okay, something like this, and then that's where you end up towards that midpoint, all right? So yeah, I would say at this point, stop is still 17, buy the dip, right? You know, you're gonna get this small little channel here is gonna give you a small opportunity here on a low time frame to buy the dip. Okay, buy it up, get long if you're not already, or if you were stopped out, or whatever the case may be. Basically just build another long position here, if given the opportunity, on both Bitcoin, Litecoin, pretty much, you know, ape in again, right? It's nothing really changed. It was a stop hunt to square up, whatever you want to call it, but we're still right pretty much where we left it. Yeah, I mean, you had this big rectangle, you're still just right at the bottom of this range, right? Depending where this low is, maybe this low is actually more down here, probably was, right? So range low there, range midpoint up here, that coincides with this top of this cipher. Now that we have more data, right? So okay, X, A, B, C, D, you get a double bottom right here, and then you rally, you back test this again, you rally to the midpoint, you chop around right here, and then you rally to this range high, okay? So that's what we're looking for on Russian Ethereum. Thank God the Russians made this for us, so we can, you know, have a nice little comeback rally here. Okay. So that's what you're looking for on ETH. Moving on, Russian Litecoin. Okay, you had the low, basically double bottomed. Big, again, this is another bat where you have a 886 as your D target due to the, you know, 50% shallow retrace here. Okay, so you'd be looking 886. This was your buy zone on Russian Litecoin. See how this basically reacts as this, you know, continues to play out. But overall, you know, good looking. It's just looking fine. I don't know what to say really on it. You still have this down sloping trend line that you just haven't. I mean, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many touch points, right? We've been waiting for this breakout somewhere of this trend line. Okay, so yeah, maybe you get a second higher low here, double bottom. There's your neckline you paint, and then boom, there's your breakout, right? And then you kind of back test this slightly, hidden bullish divergence, rally, hit the midpoint, and then boom, on to higher prices, right? So that's what we're looking for on Russian Litecoin. Yeah. Again, your initial targets here from the A and the C high of the bat are this range midpoint, right? It is this breakout of the range midpoint. That's how you get these targets. And then the larger harmonic A and C anchor point, that's the top of this range. That's where you get up here, okay? So Russian Litecoin, What's the deal, 8 ball? Up or not? Full send. Russian 8 ball has maintained bullishness throughout all chop and FUD. Made in Russia, that 8 ball. As are most 8 balls. Or I guess a good majority. Okay, so OMG. Again, nothing's really changed here. You didn't stop out. 1272 was your low here. You really should have been on a buy zone down here, of course, but again, as low as you always think it's gonna go, it always goes a little bit lower, and as high as you think it's gonna go, it always goes a little bit higher, right? I guess that's the rule of thumb here. So again, if I were a big range on Russian OMG, that looks much better. And sure as shit, the range midpoint, you can see the yellow dashed line coincides with the first target in blue. So again, you have some kind of, you know, double bottom here. You rally, you paint this neckline, you break out, you back test it, you break, you hook, hidden bullish divergence, you go, you hit these two targets, range midpoint, you rally sideways, you rally up, you come back down, support, some kind of head and shoulders for the bear boys, and then you rally and you stop them all out. Okay, Russian OMG is gonna look something like that. AVAX, bullish bat, 50% retracement, 886 on the D. Here is your long entry target area. Okay. So again, double bottom, look for a back test here, get a double bottom, which paints this slightly higher low. You rally there, paint some kind of neckline, break, hook, go, right? And then your targets would be here, C and A. That's gonna be the midpoint. Again, rally there, and then on to higher prices, $20, okay? Stop, $9. Target 20, right? Up, up, up. Okay, FTT, you're at the range midpoint. This sucker was strong, right? Really strong. FTT here. But that being said, you can still end up with, let's see, XA. I don't like that wick. Okay, so 886 would be here. Something like this, okay? So you're already working on your rally here on FTT. This never came anywhere near the stop. It was way too strong. And you're already at and above, again, that range midpoint, okay? So FTT, probably gonna rally up, hit these targets up here from the blue, right? And then partial decline, somewhere here, paint hidden bullish divergence, and rally again. XLM, Stellar Lumen, 1414 retracement. This would be your buy zone here. Okay. Okay, so buy zone there. Again, looking for ideally maybe some kind of double bottom here, right? X, A, B, C, again, don't have to have it, but maybe it's even simpler, right? Just some kind of low with a higher low, rally up, paint some kind of neckline, break hook, go, right? XLM stop is still down here below the previous low, below this low, right? Stop below the lows, 0.193 stop. Whoops, there we go, sorry. Is that better, hopefully? I'm not sure what happened. Okay, so stop is down here below 0.193, and you're just looking for, again, some kind of higher low, right? Just paint some kind of higher low. And then rally up, paint this kind of neckline, get above the neckline, break hook, and go, right? AAVE, AAVE. Again, we had our initial buy zone back on June 26th, 27th time frame. Right now, just kind of, let's see, if we were to do X, A, B, C, 886, 786. Again, this is kind of a Batley pattern, unless you do get a completely lower low, right? And then you rally and you're able to re-anchor this a little bit better and get a 786, 886, but I don't think you will. It's too bullish. So at this point, possible rejection of the midpoint, slightly higher lows, maybe a square up right here. Okay, paint bullish divergence, low time frame, hidden bullish divergence, 4-hour rally. Okay. All right. So again, AVE stayed really strong, even though we had a sell-off. You're just right at that range midpoint, right? Again, it might act as resistance one more time, get a small, slight sell-off, and then you rally up again. Okay. Yeah, just peeking back over at Bitcoin real quick. Let's zoom in. You're just still kind of hanging out right there. Nothing's really changed. Hanging out. The close is in. So yeah, daily close is in. I mean, you're 32,350, right? The initial entry was 31,550, and then, you know, I didn't tell you to or anything, but you know, definitely I know some people kind of added to their position. Sometimes you just gotta hold that thing, and you know, we were just early. If you were looking at this on the daily and you bought at 31,550, I mean, a couple bars happened, right? Nothing really happened, right? Nothing really happened, and that low down here never actually got compromised. Yeah, so this is still bullish, okay? Back test. Okay, so look, you broke out of this downsloping trend line here in yellow. Down, you broke out of that. Maybe that's where you get that back test, right? Get that B, put in that B, and then, you know, rally again, sell off again, kind of a double bottom thing here, B and D, a 1414, 786, low 3000s, and send it, right? So that basically concludes the crypto portion of the stream. I'm going to now cover a couple stonks real quick that we've been watching. Of course, our beloved Enphase, right? ENPH. So looking at this on the daily real quick, because that's what we've been watching, right? We had hit our initial, we hit an initial target, okay? It was 200. We then sold off and we said, okay, look, if we're gonna sell off on this, let's ideally sell off into paint some hidden bearish divergence. This is just, look, we even had the little low over here waiting. So this is exactly what we were just talking about, guys, on Bitcoin, right? You get this rally off the bottom, and then you have this small little sell-off, right? And then you're gonna rally again, okay? So this small sell-off here is where you're gonna look for that 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, and then you're gonna rally again, okay? So zooming into the 4-hour, checking on the oscillators. Sorry. Checking on the oscillators here, you can clearly see what happened, okay? So we rallied up into the 200 target. We painted 3x bearish divergence, almost 4x. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we had the tail end RSI bearish divergence, okay? So we said, all right, we're taking some off the board here, and we're gonna sell off, and we're gonna look for the hidden bullish divergence. Well, now we painted this initial low on price, and we have a much higher low on price, and on the oscillators you have much lower levels of negative momentum. This means way more bearish selling came in, but yet the bears were unable to push price below the previous low. That's it. They exhausted themselves. They have nothing left in the tank. We're starting to paint green on the momentum, and that's it. Okay, that's hidden bullish divergence, follow through price action to the upside. You also have it on the RSI, where you had the initial low lining up with this low, right? Initial levels of relative strength, much lower levels of relative strength with a higher low on price, okay? That is hidden bullish divergence on both the RSI and the MACD on the 4-hour, and you're getting the continuation to the upside that we were looking for, okay? That being said, we are in rally mode to targeting these highs, okay? So we're gonna now fib this from our actual low that we put in, and we're going to reevaluate these targets. Boom, boom, and our third target is the 1618. So now next for end phase, it looks like this: 350, okay? Of course, you know, we need the macro to stay with us, but so far, I mean, look, this is one little start of positive momentum, and your RSI is now above the 50, right? You're above that 50% line. So as long as we can maintain this, we're looking to sell off in up here and create the bearish divergence again, right? This is where we look to take profit again. Well, that allows us plenty of time to run up here to these highs, okay? End phase. Next, we have PayPal. PayPal, again, we were looking for 3 targets. We've reached the first target. Now we're looking at the second target, okay? So second target on PayPal, you have your 3 days of just bullishness, right? So PayPal on the 4-hour, again, you had this rise and this partial sell-off. Well, once again, hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and it's really nice to see this across the board, because that tells you it's kind of a macro thing, right? With the major players painting 4-hour hidden bull, and at the same time they're painting so from that low, right, they put in a higher low, lower levels of negative momentum, lower levels of relative strength, higher low on price, follow through price action, approaching the highs, right, approaching, you know, this previous resistance area, okay? So that's going to be kind of critical, and if and when we break out, we back test and we go, okay? Target 2 is, that's how we get target 2, 330, okay? That is PayPal. Next, you have Simp coin, Simp SNPS, okay? Simp. We've been watching Simp. We are approaching the target, okay? Again, you sold off, painted hidden bullish divergence, where you have much lower levels of negative momentum on the MACD, much lower levels of relative strength, right? And at the same time, you're painting a higher low on price, right? It's almost like this. So hidden bullish divergence on both the MACD and the RSI, okay? I guess it's about there. Either way, it's still hidden bullish divergence. Continuation is going to reach the target, okay? We're painting that neckline there. You're going to get this break, this hook, and this go right into the 886, okay? Watch out when you get there. Now, can you exceed that? Sure. This could end up coming to the 1272 and being a butterfly, right? But one step at a time. We first need to get rid of the 886. All right. And look, it's trade that traders that took the breakout right here of this trade 3-1 are going to take profit there. Okay, simply are. So got to be careful for it. Nextera, you're hanging around right at that neckline. So we got the initial break, this kind of back testing. Maybe this was even a little lower, right? And maybe we were just a little too aggressive, right? So either way, that's kind of the price action we were seeking. Either way, it's doing it. However you want to paint it, right? So now you see X, A, B, C, first 786, 886, deep retracement, right? So here's the 886. So yeah, Nextera looking promising. Again, somebody not even in this trade at the moment may do this, right? So it's possible that there's still just a trade sitting there on a, somebody coming in late, right? QCOM, QCOM, look at this. We said let's break, let's back test this, and then let's rally up here. Look what is happening right now, okay? Today, back above it, all right? Tesla, looking for the same thing. We said we had this initial rally, sell off, paint hidden bullish divergence. Let's see if we did it. Don't hidden bullish divergence into bullish convergence. Okay, so you have the low right here. There's the hidden bull in blue. Okay, from here to here, and then on top of that, you paint boom, boom. You paint this bullish convergence on the other way around. Okay, yeah. So Tesla, we're looking to now rally, get above 700, and then ultimately up to like 800, 850 target area, okay? SPLK, Splunk, again, rally, hit target 1, back test, paint hidden bullish divergence. There was our line. It happened right here. Oh my God, right? That's how far off we were. Hidden bullish divergence. Boom, discernible hidden bullish divergence, rally again. Okay, hidden bullish divergence, 4 hour double bottom above this resistance point, what was once resistance, now flipped into support, rally, target 2, 168. IDEX, Bartley in the buy zone, rallied up 6% on the day. Bullish divergence, boom, 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 3x bullish divergence, where you have this low, low, lower low, and on the RSI, tail end, bullish divergence on the RSI, send it. Okay, you're also now on the RSI above this 50% midpoint, so getting above the neutral line, plenty of room to run, looking for the bearish divergence to develop in oversold territory, and that is IDEX. We are currently printing on IDEX, and yeah, target $4. Really, I mean, you have some initial lower targets down here, right? The C and the A, but after that, you'd be targeting 1272 and 1414 and 1618. Okay, ducconomics, IDEX, buy zone, Gartley, full send. We'll just start here, okay? One step at a time. All right, moving back to BTC. Let's go to the hourly just to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, pretty nasty on the momentum there. And let's see the half an hour. Bearish divergence developing into that potential sell-off for the B anchor point of a Gartley. You got to reset. It's bullish selling, okay? You got to reset right into the B, see the rally again. RSI, bearish divergence, 30-minute was there. You sold off. Okay, so careful here. Painting a little red, zooming in, painting a little more red. Hidden bearish divergence on the 15-minute. Right here to here, you painted much higher levels of positive momentum. On price, you painted a lower high, hidden bearish divergence. Ideally, this is now going to react and you're going to sell off. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Yeah. Don't worry if you get this sell off, embrace it right into the B. Okay. 618. Look for a retrace from the low to the high at the 618, which is 30,500. Okay, anywhere in that golden zone would be between 30,550, our initial target, to 30,600. Okay, that is the next buy zone for the B anchor point. It's also the back test of this downsloping trend line you see there in yellow. Okay. Hope that all made sense. Hope you guys are with me on that. And yeah, get those longs filled once again. Party ain't over, just getting started. Magic 8 Ball. What's the word? Buy more. That's it. You guys know what to do. Unless this breaks 28,700, you remain bullish. If it breaks 28,700, back test it as resistance and sells off below it, you are short 20K. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Have a good evening. Duck out. Peace.